yourselves as Luna, your local cosmic softie, boundary setting body, and full-time bike curator. Welcome back to the podcast where we reclaim our energy, romanticize our awareness, and occasionally blame Mercury retrograde for our emotional breakdowns. Before we dig into this episode, I wanted to explain some things for everyone since the first episode didn't really go into detail. This podcast is a space, or I want it to become a safe space where everyone can reclaim their peace, where we can laugh through lessons, cry when we need to, and sip tea while navigating themes such as healing, heartbreak, boundaries, astrology, and everything in between. Even if you're not into crystals and astrology, or you're Wiccan, or you don't practice, or you have your own religion, I want everybody to get something from this podcast, to just listen and see what I'm saying or what I'm telling you or my stories resonate with you, because this is not about you believing or you knowing or you're not knowing. It's just about as humans, we share experiences and we have stuff in common, and we go through situations in life. But sometimes our knowledge cannot be enough to comprehend or understand what is it that we're going through, and it becomes difficult if you can feel understood or listen, or just having someone there that you can just identify or just listen to the stories, and maybe some of the stuff I might say can resonate with you. So this is the space for it, if that makes sense. And we're gonna have two main sections. One of them is called Honey Drop. Is where I let the wisdom settle. Is the part where I take a deep breath, soften the edges, and kind of offer you a gentle truth. Something sweet even when it stings a little. So whether you're spiraling in a sudden return, healing for ghosting, or just vibing with your iced coffee, you're safe here. You're not too much. You're not too soft. You're just right as you are. And the second section is called Moon Tea. Is where I spill some raw, real truth from my own journey. And whether it's a spiritual lesson, something that died within me, some belief that I cannot let go, something new that I'm stepping into, I want to be able to talk about, and I want to be able to kind of put it out there for those who can understand and for those who can relate. So now let's get into the second episode, what I like to call Stop Trying to Be Digestible to the Gluten-Intolerant. And in this episode, it's personal. This one is personal. I used to think that people had to get me in order to love me. I felt that I had to explain myself perfectly to be understood completely. Then I needed to translate my soul into other people's languages, which become really exhausting. But then life humbled me in the best way, because now I know some of the most magical, healing, ride or die people in my life, they don't fully understand me. They just see me, and that's enough. So if you ever felt like you had to shrink, explain, or water down your magic, or the person you are, the person you represent, just to make people comfortable, this one is for you. Let's talk about the freedom of being misunderstood on purpose. Let's talk about protecting your peace even if it makes people uncomfortable. Now, take a deep breath, because generally, you're not too much. You're just not for everyone. And now, let's just sit down the truth. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. This part of the journey was not easy for me. Let's get into the honey drops section. Let's talk about I have a little thing called a controlling nature. And don't worry, my birth chart confirms it. I like things a certain way and I felt everything deeply. I overthink like it's an Olympic sport. And when people don't react how I would, my brain is telling me, it's fine, we can fix them, we can coach this. All we need is a Google Doc and a crystal. But guess what? You can Google Doc your friends into becoming different people. You can spreadsheet your way into emotional compatibility. I try and it's chaos. Here is what I have to learn the hard way. Trying to shape people into who we want them to be doesn't build a connection. It builds frustration. And worst of all, it makes you miss the chance to love them as they are. And the magic isn't the difference. The truth is, we all walk through life wearing different filters. Or childhood, or trauma, or astrology apps, or coping mechanisms, or iced coffee orders. And that's not a flaw. That's the point. That's what makes relationships so rich and weird and beautiful. We need to let go of control and you need to stop asking yourself, why don't they do it like me? And start realizing, whoa, their way is actually complementing mine, or their way is better, or oh wow, I never thought about it that way. Because having different people, having different views in your life make it so much beautiful. It kind of puts you into everything into perspective. It puts you into a different vibe. It's like I might be crying sometimes under the full moon, journaling my heartbreak, and my friend is across the room just sipping tea and breathing calmly like, hey, you good? And somehow the balance works. Their grounded energy calms my storm. And sometimes my storm brings texture into their stillness. We are different and that's why we work. So now, when I feel the controlling itch, I remind myself, they're not mine to shape, they're mine to love. And when I return to acceptance, even when I have to repeat the mantra 10 times while clutching a crystal. Now, it's time for our moon tea. True, isn't always tender, but it can be. Okay, let me spill a little bit of moon tea because your girl has grown, but woof, it took a couple ego bruises to get here. One of my best friends, she's a sensitive, sweet, deeply emotional soul. Me, on the other hand, I'm a very proud Scorpio. I used to say things how I see them, and I thought that was the most honest, noble, empowering thing to do. Basically, no sugarcoating, no fluff, just raw truth. So when she came back to me, heart in her hand, all tender and spiraling about some situationship, I literally told her, you look like a clown. Like, straight up. And I thought I was helping. I really did. Because in my mind, tough love equals to real love. But the truth, I hurt her. And here's the thing I came to learn. Trust me, it took time to simmer in this truth. Just because something feels true to me doesn't mean it's the right way to say it. Some people don't need daggers, they need honey. Being truthful and being hurtful is not the same. And if your version of realness is damaging someone's self-worth or shutting down their nervous system, you're not being real. You're just being reckless. Eventually, of course, I owned up to her and I apologized. And I said, calling you down for whatever situation you were going was not necessary. She laughed, we cried, and we healed. But I'll never forget that moment because it taught me that truth is not more valuable than someone's feelings. Now, I still keep it real, but I try to lace my truth with care and a little bit of softness, a little pause, because if I can't meet someone's heart where they're at, then I'm not really showing up. I'm just projecting. And it is important to let people love you and understand you the way you are. So it's just fair that you do the same. I know that I can be, or I used to be, very harsh with the words I used to, or the words that I choose to tell my friend things, which I thought I was doing the best, and coming back, we don't want to translate our souls, and we don't want to explain every little thing and explain the way that we do things to our friends or people around us, even our family. Sometimes they don't understand that. But, it goes both ways. We have to do the same for the people around us that we love and we care for. We need to adjust our way of doing things or ways or saying things to their capacity. It's just fair, and for some of us it can be tiring because you don't want to be doing this constantly, but they feel the same about you, don't you think? They feel also that they need to say things to you certain way, and they have to do things certain way just for you. So they have that much love for adjusting to you. Maybe you should have enough love to also adjust to them. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone is just let them be. Not the version you imagine for them, not the person you wish they grow into, not your creative version of best self. Just them, as they are trying, as they are learning, as they're healing. Because when someone feels truly seen, not fixed, not coached, not inspired to be more, but deeply, gently accepted, something opens, something softens, and in that softness, real connections grow. It's not loud, it's not performative, it's not let me teach you how to be better. It's quiet love. It's a kind of presence that says you don't have to change for me to hold space for you. Well, here's the twist, because this isn't about being passive or people pleasing. True acceptance doesn't mean never challenging each other. It means being soft with those who need softness and being firm with love for those who need a mirror. And it means knowing that your way isn't the only way, but that staying true to your nature matters just as much as letting others stay true to theirs. Real friends, they'll call you out with care. They will tell you when your behavior isn't aligned, when you hurt someone, when you are acting out of fear instead of truth. But they'll still choose to love you where you are, not in your perfect version, but in your real one. And you will offer them the same grace in return. That's the beauty of being human. We are wildly differently. Fiery, quiet, messy, soft, raw, but underneath it, we all just want to be seen, to be me, to be safe, to be free. So stir the honey, let your love be warm and unforced. Let it wrap around your people without needing to rearrange them. Because love is someone that truly sees them, because the mirror that reminds them. You are already enough. Alright babes, that's it for today. Now, go out there, let the people be, let them vibe, cry, spiral, meditate, ghost you, call their exes, block their exes, unblock their exes, whatever chapter they're in. You don't need to edit their soul to stay close. Just protect your peace, sip your tea, and choose softness when it feels right. And remember, perfection is boring. Chaos builds character. A little bit of delusion, that's just seasoning. So stretch your back, unclench your jaw, and stop trying to be digestible to people who can't even handle gluten. You're not for everyone, and that's the whole damn point. Until next time, stay soft, stay wild, and please, let's all agree that humans are not perfect. We never will be. And honestly, that's kinda hot. Now let's end with something small and sacred for us who wish to join. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath in and out. Now, think of someone in your life who maybe doesn't get your language. Maybe they're not into astrology. Maybe they don't do deep talks at midnight. Maybe they reply to emotional texts with emojis. But still, they love you. Still, they show up. Still, they never try to dim your light. Even if they don't always know what you're saying when you're crying over Mercury retrograde. Your people don't have to speak your language as long as they don't mute your soul.